Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just did a face of makeup using e.l.f. products only, and now I'm going to do my eyes using e.l.f. products only. I have never used e.l.f. products before other than some eyebrow products, and so I went to their website and also to Marshall's and just picked up enough to be able to do a full face and share my thoughts on the products and what I thought of e.l.f. in general. I do want to start by saying that e.l.f. is vegan and they are also cruelty free, and at their price point I think that is amazing. The first item I'm going to try is their brow pencil in taupe, and it's only $2, which is an amazing price, and I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to try it. It's not easy to open. I just peeled the back off of it and it's still snugly in there, so I'm using a knife and I'm just going to pry it out. They do not want me to use this product, obviously. I'm still not in. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, I'm still trying to open this. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Okay, it's free. I got it. Okay, here we go. For $2, I think it's really nice that it comes with a spoolie. A lot of products that are that expensive don't come with any bells and whistles, but this comes with a nice looking spoolie. So I'm just going to go ahead and comb my eyebrows into a nice shape. I don't do a whole lot to my eyebrows. I get them waxed about every 3 months and I fill them in, and that's about it. I would love to learn how to do a really pretty arch, and maybe one of these days I will. But not today. Okay, so it has a nice fine point, which I love. My left eyebrow, as you can see here, it's a lot sparser than my right, so I always start with my left. So I start with the tail, and then I move to filling in any sparse areas towards the front of the brow. That's a nice color. I think it looks good on me. Taupes usually are good colors for my hair color. Okay, so that seems filled in nicely. I'm going to start with the tail of my right brow and just fill it in. And then I'm going to take that spoolie, which I like it has a cover on it, so that keeps it from getting dirty. And I'm just going to run that through my brows just to make them nice and clean looking. That's done. I'm going to move to an eyeshadow primer next. I purchased the Shadow Lock eyeshadow primer, and this was highly rated on their site. It was only $2, which is an amazing price. That's what I love about e.l.f. They have so many affordable products. So this has a doe foot applicator, and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelid from my eyelash to my brow bone. It is a kind of a pink color when I first put it on, but now it's shearing out quite a bit. This is just an inexpensive day. If you look at my nails, they cost less than $1.50. It's first time wearing stilettos, so that's kind of fun, although I'm afraid I'm going to poke my eye out. They are Dollar Tree stilettos, and so of course they cost $1. I applied them using just those adhesive tabs that you can get on Amazon, so very inexpensive, will last for about a day. And then I can just pop them off and start over again with a different manicure, a different color. I can match my outfits. So if you are interested, I did a video on these nails and I'll link that below. I have a flat eyeshadow brush that I got from e.l.f., so I'm gonna try using that today. This was $3. So their brushes are very affordable and they're decent quality. I mean, they're not gonna last you forever, but you'll get a couple of years of wear out of them, washing them, say weekly. And they're soft, and the ones that I've used so far have done a really great job. I have the blush brush and the highlighter brush, and they're both very soft and they work really well. I'm assuming this will be no exception because this is a best-selling brush, and it is the e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush. I think I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. This is the item I am most excited about using. This is the e.l.f. Mad for Mattes, and it's Summer Breeze. And it has all of these beautiful kind of sunset tones. You've got some plums, you've got some oranges, you've got lots of browns to choose from. You have a color to set your primer with, which is what I'm going to do first. It's just a really pretty palette. It's $10. It's very highly rated, so a lot of people love this palette. I've seen it all over Reddit. If you want an inexpensive palette that's high quality with decent pigment, this is supposed to be great. I have never used this, so I'm gonna demo this for you, try it out, and see what I think. Here are the swatches, and as you can see, they're just some really pretty browns and oranges and reds and plum colors. Very reminiscent of a sunset to me. First thing I'm going to do is take that first light shade and I'm going to use that to set my primer. It is a little dusty. In fact, that brush is not going to work. This is just my inexpensive Coastal Scents fat brush. It's very sheer going on, which is great. When I set my primer, I don't want a whole lot of pigment or color because all I'm doing is just setting down a base that will make it easier for me when I'm blending out different shades of eyeshadow. So now I'm going to take a crease brush and I'm going to dip into this kind of brown, light brown shade, and I'm going to use that as a transition shade. And I'm going to put that in my crease. That is so pretty and pigmented, and it's coming across as kind of a peachy color. Okay, I'm liking this so far. And like I said, I have seen nothing but good things on Reddit about these eyeshadows. Whenever somebody new comes on Reddit and says they want recommendations for an inexpensive eyeshadow palette to learn how to apply eyeshadow, and they will get tons of recommendations for these Mad for Matte or just really any e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, and I can see why. This is incredible. $10. This cost $10. I got it 50% off. I got it for $5. Nothing makes me happier than beautiful eyeshadow that applies well. And if the price point is good, then oh my goodness, I am a happy lady. That's gorgeous. You can just see the smile on my face. I'm happy right now. Okay, so now I need to pick a different shade to go in and deepen that crease shade up. I'm gonna try that shade right here. It's the 5th shade in. It's just kind of a deeper brown color. And it looks like it might have a little bit of a reddish undertone to it, but we all know I'm terrible at undertones, so I could be totally wrong there. Look how pigmented that is. Oh my gosh. I'm in love. And I'm barely even making a dent on this one. This one is not nearly as soft as that first eyeshadow that I used. And really the one that I used for my transition shade, it was a little bit softer, so it almost seems like as you go down to deeper tones, they become less soft. But it is not affecting the pigmentation. I'm gonna do a little bit of a plum look. There's that gorgeous plum shade right there, and I think I'm gonna apply that into my V just to deepen this look up and get more of a plummy look, kind of match my top. Now I'm doing small circular motions to blend this out. I generally apply it using a windshield wiper motion, and then for the blending motion, that's when I do my small circular motions. I'm going to take the 4th shade in, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. I'm going to do it using that e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush. And this looks like just a nice, pretty, kind of a peachy color. It's not majorly pigmented, but I don't want a whole lot of pigment, which is one of the reasons that I chose it. I want to keep my eyelid a little bit lighter. I don't want it to get too dark. I'm going to take a pointed definer brush, and I'm going to take that pretty plum shade and I'm going to work that into the V of my eye. That first wash is not super pigmented. Oh, but that second wash, you can see right there, it's getting much more pigmented. So I'm probably going to add 4 to 5 layers to really give this some nice pigment and depth. And once I get all those layers on, I will start blending it out, and I may need to go in and add some more if it blends away a little bit. I'm not sure if it will blend away or not. So far, the quality of this eyeshadow is really good, so I'm hoping it does not blend away. I'm gonna take that same blending brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to blend that deep color out, work it into my crease a little bit, work it across my eyelid a little bit. That's not blending away. It's lightening a little bit, but not much. I am having to work to get that blended out. It's not blending effortlessly. That seam right there is still visible, so I'm gonna have to put some elbow grease into really working that out. So I will say that that plum color is a little bit difficult to blend, but it's a beautiful color. It has good pigmentation. It's a nice texture, very buildable. Just takes some work to blend it. Last, for the eyeshadow, I'm going to take that first light color and I'm going to apply that under my brow bone. I bought 2 cream eyeliners from e.l.f. and I'm not sure which one I want to use. One of them is punk purple and the other is black. I think I'm going to go for the punk purple just to be kind of fun and different. These both retail for $3 and they have pretty good reviews on them, so I am hopeful that these are going to work out well. It does come with an angled kind of tight brush, but I bought the e.l.f. Beautifully Precise precision eyeliner brush, so I'm going to try this using this brush. And this is what the product looks like. And I like that jar. It's just a real sturdy plastic jar. It's kind of pretty. This looks like an acrylic handle to this precision eye brush. It does look like it will get scratched up pretty easily though, because it does already have some scratches on it. All right, so I'm going to dip this. Oh my goodness, that is really, really soft. I don't know if you can see that, but I put a big dip in it. So be careful when you are loading up your brush. I'm going to go ahead and just get the excess off of that by rubbing it against the side. I have never applied eyeliner on camera before, and it's not easy. I'm not sure how I feel about this. You can kind of see it's going on patchy, and I don't know if that is the formula because it's so soft or if that is because of the brush. So I'm not real positive how I feel about this. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, deep plum purple color, so I love the color. I just don't know if I'm crazy about the formula. I kind of wonder if this formula dries out, and when it gets a little bit drier, if maybe it's a little bit easier to work with. At this point, I'm not real crazy about this eyeliner, I think because of the formula is so soft. But I'm going to work with this for a couple of months, see if maybe it dries out a little bit, gets a little bit easier to use. And I'm also going to try some different application methods, but the color is beautiful. Love that. I have the Makeup Mist set. I believe this was like $3. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with it. It's basically a setting spray. It should help all the powder products meld into my face. It doesn't really look cakey right now, but just really helps get rid of any signs of cakiness. This does not contain alcohol. I have used it a few times already. I think it's a pretty nice setting spray. It's not quite as nice as my MAC Fix Plus setting spray, but it's pretty close. So this is the final look. I think it's really pretty. I'm pretty impressed with e.l.f., especially their eyeshadow palette is absolutely gorgeous. I was really impressed with the quality of it. I had heard wonderful things about it, but I kept thinking for $10, how great could it be? But it really came through. I think it's beautiful. So I am going to go run some errands. I got to do some housework too. I will be back in about 6 hours, and then I will do just some mini reviews, tell you what I think of all these eye products from e.l.f., and let you know how they are wearing and just some general overall thoughts. So if you want to hang around, I'll be back in just a bit. I am back, and it's been about 6 hours since I put on all this eye makeup from e.l.f. and I just want to do a quick update before my kids get back from school. So I'm going to start with the first product that I used, which was the e.l.f. primer. And this stuff is excellent. My eyeshadow has not creased at all. I am sure that it's probably a mixture of both the eyeshadow primer and also the eyeshadow formula itself. But I would say if you're looking for an inexpensive primer, this would be great. I actually might like it a little bit better than my Urban Decay because it's a little bit of a thinner formula. And so I noticed I didn't have as many issues with it becoming kind of patchy because maybe I over applied it and it kind of gunked up in a certain area, and then I went and applied my setting powder over it or my eyeshadow that I used to set it, and then there would be kind of just a white patchy consistency, and I did not have that at all with this. So I think this may be my go-to primer for the next week or two so that I can test it out and kind of compare it to my Urban Decay primer. But so far so good. I'm really enjoying this. The eyeshadow. So I already told you that I have not had any creasing, and I have not noticed any fading either. So my verdict is this is a no-brainer. If you want a matte eyeshadow palette and you want it at an inexpensive price point, this is fabulous. I now understand why everybody has been raving about this eyeshadow palette. It is beautiful colors. It is a beautiful consistency, a lovely formula. It is long lasting. I have not had any creasing. I have nothing bad to say about this eyeshadow palette. If you have been considering purchasing it, or you just want to add some mattes, get some transition shades, get some crease shades, maybe do some all matte looks even, this is the perfect eyeshadow palette for you. I cannot recommend recommend this enough. I am shocked at how wonderful this formula is, and I am considering going and buying a few more of e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes. I don't need them. I have too many eyeshadow palettes as it is, but these are so nice, and I like the packaging too. Packaging is sturdy, comes with a mirror. I would not have any issues traveling with this. I could see that if you got 2 of these eyeshadow palettes, one of these and maybe one with some shimmers in it, you would be good for traveling. You would not need to bring anything else with you. You could get a million looks out of that. So I think these could be excellent traveling palettes. I am very excited to add this to my weekly rotation and to start pulling this out whenever I want to do a matte look or just want to add some additional mattes to my look. So eyeliner. I'm not too crazy about this. This would be one of the items that I would say you might want to pass on. It has a very, very creamy consistency. It's almost too creamy, and when I applied it, it seemed to kind of gather in spots and just not smooth out very well. So it was a little bit of a patchy application. It just didn't look that great. When I went and I went to one of my 5-time magnification mirrors and took a look at it, it looked like it had skipped when I had applied it, so that there were areas where it was kind of missing. I don't know, maybe that was just application error. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing, but I've applied a lot of eyeliner in my day, so I would think I would be able to do this. Maybe it had something to do with the applicator, but the applicator is very firm and it's very thin, and it just seems like it should do a good job at application. So I really think that the issue is probably this eyeliner, and I would just recommend that you skip it. I don't know if you all can see at all. It's not terrible, it's just I have better eyeliners. The e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush. I don't know how much I like this. If you like eyeshadow brushes that have very, very dense bristles, I mean, this is even hard to get to bend down. It's just not very malleable, and I had a kind of a difficult time applying eyeshadow with it. I'm going to continue to work with it and to see if maybe I can get it to soften up a little bit, but I think it's just a little bit too firm. I could see that this would make a great concealer brush. So I think I would be able to probably use this with a creamy concealer better than I could use it with eyeshadow. So I'm going to try that. The brow pencil. Yeah, brow pencils to me just aren't very glamorous. It is a pretty thick pencil, so if you like thinner pencils so that you can get that natural brow hair kind of look, this may not be for you. The color suits me nicely. I'm definitely going to be using this more. It's a brow pencil. It's, like I said, it's not very glamorous. It works fine. It hasn't worn off or anything, so if you're looking for an inexpensive brow pencil, I think this could be a good option for you. And I love the fact that it comes with the spoolie, because most brow pencils at that price point, you don't get a very good spoolie, but you really do. This is a nice, solid, great spoolie. And then last but not least, the Makeup Mist and Set. If you are looking for a budget setting mist, this could be a decent option. I don't know that it's really going to elongate the life of your makeup, but it is nice and hydrating, and it will help your powder melt into your foundation. At least it has for me when I have used other powders besides the e.l.f. powder that I talked about in my other video. This left my face a little bit cakey, and this did not seem to help that. I have had this help with other powders, like my Pony Effects powder. When I have gotten that cakey look, this helped it melt into my skin. So like I said, if you're looking for a budget setting spray, this is great. I use this even to wet my eyeshadow brushes when I want to apply my eyeshadow wet so that it pops more, and this works great for that as well. That's actually the main reason that I bought it. So that is everything. I would say that I really am enjoying e.l.f. I think their eyeshadows are spectacular. I'm a little bit shocked at how much I love them, but you can see it right there. It's just really a pretty subtle wear to work look, and it hasn't creased. It's worn well for 6 hours. I am definitely going to look into buying more of e.l.f. eyeshadows, and I will admit I tend to gravitate towards more not upper end but mid end eyeshadow palettes, and I would say that this competes with those eyeshadow palettes. So I think as far as eye products are concerned, I'm probably going to start adding more e.l.f. to my lineup. I want to thank you for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you are having a great day wherever you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.